Next photo, though, the Iron Gut guys sort of are moving forward. The chariot continues to flee, eventually rallies, but the right-hand flank, nothing's really happening, and I don't really have too much to worry about in the right-hand flank because I've got an eagle back there as well, which can potentially mark the march block the Iron Guts if needed, or even get in their way for a charge. The scrap launcher continually firing scrap across the battlefield, but always miscasting or missing and not really achieving very much in terms of kills, so I've survived so far as that's concerned. Next photo, what he's decided to do with his big unit of Ogre Bulls is charge out the Ogre Tyrant as well as the Bruiser, carrying the battle standard at the White Lions, and he didn't charge the characters because they've left the unit, and now it's going to be a brawl between the two Ogre characters and the unit of 15 White Lions with the Noble armed with a White Sword and the Talisman of Loic. So this is going to last for a while. I've got Stubborn on that unit, but two brutal Ogre characters there. It's going to be tough for me to win, but interesting choice there with him choosing to do that. Very interesting that he's decided that after all. Next order, the Gorger is tried to move around in vain. The bolt thrower keeps moving 5 inches out of its charge arc, and my archers have turned around to spray arrows at its eyes, trying to kill it here. And as you can see, I've totally dealt with this Gorger. It's not able to march, it's not able to do anything useful, and unfortunately keeping out of the way. And that's the value of it not being able to charge as soon as it shows up. With Tomb Kinks, you can charge as soon as the Scorpions or whatever show up, but with that Gorger, not a possibility. Next photo, the Troll Guts on I think the BSB, because they're not a unit anymore. The Bruiser has got Troll Guts and the Tyrant doesn't, and I've inflicted a number of wounds on them with the White Lines, but the combat's drawn. I'm stubborn, I'm holding it every time, and as you can see, with a high elf response here, the Ogres have done nothing, so the Dragon Princes in the far background have charged in with the BSB, and the other Dragon Princes have hit the Noblars. That's just going to be a joke of a combat, Dragon Princes versus Noblars. But the Ogres, importantly, he's got Troll Guts on that unit, making them regen, so I'm going to have to dispel that before the combat phase occurs, but luckily I've got time to do that. Dazzling Brightness is still in place, so all the units within 12 inches of that Archmage you see in the center of the photo with the white dress, all of those units in the vicinity are immune to Psychology because he hasn't dealt with that Remains in Place spell yet. So what I'm going to be doing in my magic phase is dispelling Troll Guts with on the Ogres with a Dispel Scroll, just to make absolutely sure it's not there for the combat, and then casting Portent of Far. Next photo, by the way, in the meantime, is the Chariot rallies, and the guys with the Iron Guts on the right-hand side have been march blocked again by the Eagle in the background. The Scrap Launcher has been hit by a single bolt by the Bolt Thrower, inflicting 3 wounds on it, so half points for it already, and another good shot like that will actually kill it. Next photo, Dragon Princess in combat with the Bulls. You can see the action. The BSB challenges the champion and skewers him with 3 wounds from its lance. Portent of Far goes off and it absolutely just ruptured this Ogre unit, really satisfyingly too, in the front. Of course, the 2 Ogre characters, the more important ones, have left the unit. The Tyrant and the BSB have left, and my own BSB, along with the Dragon Princess, just shattering them with lances. Heroically, Ray of Light shining over the Dragon Princess and just crushing them, forcing them to flee. And obviously the Noblars in the background are just completely annihilated by my other unit of Dragon Princess. So decisive stuff going on here. Next photo, the Dragon Princess amazingly didn't actually run down the Ogre Bulls. They captured the Standard Bearer that they held, but didn't catch up to them, and the Ogres have rallied with multiple wounds taken from both sides there, on the Rhinox and the Bulls there, just rallying in front of the Dragon Prince. So I'm going to have to charge them again. In the background, the Dragon Princes in the background have overrun after killing the Noblars, but it's looking decisive in the center, and it looks like I'm going to be able to run away with the game now. Next photo is the last photo. I forgot to tell you what happened with the White Lions and the 2 Ogre characters. What basically happened is that they kept crushing the White Lines, dispelling Shield of Saffron, and managed to kill the Noble, and I just kept fluffing my attacks, not being able to take the last wound off the BSB, and his Tyrant wiped me out, and actually I lost a whole lot of White Lions. But this is pretty much the end of the game here, where the Dragon Princes have pursued. They've destroyed the unit of Ogre Bulls, the 10 Ogre Bulls that started originally, and wiped out all of the characters in that unit, and pursued through. And then in my final turn, I decided to risk it for points, charging these Ogre Iron Guts, even though they're on the hill, with the Butcher in it, and I just charged through. I managed to get Portent of Far off in this unit, And wow, luck turned around for me here. I actually totally skewered the unit champion with the BSB, and the remaining Dragon Princes inflicted about 6 wounds. I actually wiped out the entire block of Iron Guts, leaving only the Butcher left in the combat. He obviously failed his break test and fled, and I overran him, leaving the Ogre army with only the Tyrant with 1 wound left and the BSB with 2 wounds left. Half wounds on both those 2 characters, but nothing left alive in the Ogre army after that, and that was a brutal victory for the High Elves over the Ogre Kingdoms. So thanks guys for watching. Really enjoyed this final game of the day. Getting back into the tournament with 2 wins after that 1 loss, horrific luck in that loss, but I also got outplayed, to be fair. He did play better than I did in that first game. So that is it. Thanks guys. Join me tomorrow for the final 3 games of the tournament, and we'll find out how the High Elves ended up at the end of the day. Really looking forward to that. I have read the draw for my next game. I know the guy that I'm playing against. I'm not sure what army he has, but you'll find out about it tomorrow. I'll see you then.